Everything's Blurred, episode 39. It's yours truly here, Brion Stitch.
Episode 39. It's Tommy. How y'all doing today? Shout out to Chris Calico. I'm gonna have to look up that track.
I'm gonna send it to you. And stop talking in your quiet storm voice.
Yes.
Out here. There's two other dudes on this damn Zoom.
I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that, brother.
Don't be talking to me in your
please send me that track.
in your pillow talk
I'm
voice.
sure it's beautiful. I'm sure it's beautiful.
Appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you.
But you about to send you about to record your little message on your voicemail? It's time. I'm not in right now, but leave your name, number, message. I get back to you. You have a good day.
Some music that you record in the background from TV or radio.
Yeah. Or it's lyrics to go.
Hey. my voicemail's what the ish. Don't hate. Are you hating on my joint? You're hating on my joint, yo.
I just remembered it. What's up, y'all? I am the MR.SHAU, and this is episode 39. I'm saying, welcome. Another good podcast. We got some dope things to talk about, so let's get into it. We rarely talk wrestling on this podcast, but this weekend was a wrestling weekend because we're recording this one on Sunday, but last night was SummerSlam. Didn't finish watching all of it, but what I saw was cool. Two titles. What I saw, a couple of titles change. So Damian Priest is the U.S. champ, and RK Bro are the new Raw Tag Team champs. So congrats to them. Anyway, so that was cool. But what happened Friday night on AEW, I think the show was called Rampage, was something that people have been wanting to happen for the past 5 or more years. Probably more than that. I'm probably being nice just saying 5. And they were in Chicago. And for a while, when you go to Chicago, especially with WWE, they would shout out a certain wrestler's name, and that wrestler showed up on AEW in his hometown of Chicago. Yes, we are talking about CM Punk. He's back. He came back on AEW. Let you know what time it is. Man, AEW is showing that they are the future in the sports entertainment thing. You know what I mean? And they're really taking a lot of WWE's fan base. So glad to see him back, man. It was dope.
Well, let me ask you this. When you say the future and they're taking a lot of WWE's fan base, I know they definitely got a following for sure. But what do they need to do to get WWE out of here?
It's tough because WWE has been that standard for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be kind of hard to really tear them down because just when you think they're not doing well, they somehow bounce back. Because when you hear that the app wasn't doing well, the app gets better and it does all right. Then it starts to slip a little bit, and then NBC's like, we got you. We've been rocking with y'all for years. Come on over here. That saves them. Not only does that save them, but when, outside is kind of opening back up, we trying to deal with the Delta thing, but they're touring again. They're going to different cities, and with that, merch. And when you go to these stores, especially if you got, younger kids or whatever, and they're into wrestling, they want the action figures, they want the belts, they want the shirts, they want the, all that. So that's where they still got them. AEW just needs if they can get legit superstar talent, and they're still a fairly young organization. So it's doable. It can possibly happen, but WWE has been around for so long, so it's going to be tough for them to get them completely out of there, to be honest with you. I think WWE will still be around, but it won't. I put it to you like this: AEW is about to be the second coming of WCW. So WWE compared to Ring of Honor,
yeah, I think they already are, right?
I'll say
they
for the
still
most
got to
part,
build.
yeah,
They're
because
still
of the
building,
talent.
but they've been around for what, like 2 years, maybe?
Yeah, like 2 or 3.
You know what
like
I mean? It's and it's not like some obscure wrestling organization that nobody knows about. Like people was really rocking with them.
When you found, well, it all depends on how you found out about them or how you know about them. I knew about them before they wound up on TNT. Somebody told me about them coming up, how they were on the come up, and how Cody Rhodes got this talent, that talent together. He got some people from overseas. He got former WWE people, maybe some former people from the Impacts and the Ring of Honors, and then newer people, period, that, they might have came from your local or your regional wrestling scene. And they wound up, being with AEW. But yeah, no, I feel you. They're not an obscure thing, but certain people, certain people are still finding out about them because they're still, relatively young joint. But they have people that's helped putting it together, and that's there. They've been in the business for years, so they kind of know what to do. And some of them kind of, I guess, compared to past experiences, they're like, okay, let's run it like this. It was genius to have it for you to be on TNT anyway, because Ted Turner was a big wrestling guy. He loved wrestling. You know what I mean? So, that the fact that you put it back on that particular channel, that speaks volume. And your stuff is, the times that I've watched it, I haven't watched it on Fridays yet. I watched it on Wednesdays. The times I watch it, man, I get excited and I get surprised on who's who, and trying to figure certain people out, their style and stuff like that. They don't do a lot of talking, which I like. WWE, sometimes they do a little too much talking on their shows. But it's like with this joint, it's like not long after they talk, they scrapping. They got a ref in there, boom, and they set it up. And you already got some heavyweight, like you had Shaq wrestle on your platform. You know what I mean? And you got like top talent that got released from, the ops from WWE. You signed them and boom. And you're giving them the opportunity. The fact you give a guy like Aleister Black, change his name to Malachi Black, and as soon as he shows up on AEW, he got matches with the guy that runs it, Cody Rhodes. You know what I mean? That's kind of like, oh, you an industry rapper and you want a battle rap? Oh, you're getting right to the top tier, nigga. You're getting right to the mooks and to the, you know what I mean? Like
to the Luxes, the mooks.
In the, you know what I'm saying?
The hollows, etc. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, by the way, I think it's Hollow Rum Nitty for Summer Madness. Don't quote me, but I think that's one of the matchups. They starting to announce them because it's next month, September 25th. But yeah, man. But the fact that you got somebody like Punk and you got Big Show.
That
could be a
Big
start.
Show.
Excuse me?
Big Show?
Yeah. Well, he goes by his real name on there, right?
Paul White. Okay.
Paul White, but his merch, like he has shirts that says "No More BS." You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh, that's a lovely shot you took, sir. Great form on that shot. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. For
Whole
sure.
double on top. He blessed you with a double on top. But yeah. So, but CM Punk, with Punk being there, that could be the start of them possibly trying to knock WWE off just a little bit.
Not that, like all the success they're having and as they continue to grow is progress. But I think in order to knock them off, they need that guy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, you know how WWE had Stone Cold, then it was
Stone Cold,
The
and it was
Rock,
and it was Mankind, and
yeah,
Taker, and
John Cena. They
Yeah.
need that guy, that homegrown guy too, not somebody who came from, was with WWE or was, from the back. They need like that new guy that's gonna just captivate the whole.
I think it can work both ways. I think it could work both ways, to be honest with you, because when you get a guy from our case in point, right? AEW, their current champion, his name is Kenny Omega. Now, I've heard of Kenny Omega's name because he was out in New Japan. And I remember, even though he was in New Japan, his merch was here in the States. It was even in Hot Topic. And it was like, what? And so when I found out that he came to AEW, it was like, oh, I finally get to watch this man do his thing. Bet. So it's like, you'll hear about these wrestlers and it's like, oh, let me look up some of their other stuff. And it's like, oh, that's what they can do. I bet. Now I get myself, situated, how I get to know them more. So when you get a guy like a Punk, you got a guy like Kenny Omega that's there. You got Paul White who's there. If they get my man Braun Strowman, they get him there, it's going to be interesting. But at the same time, I do understand what you're saying. Like, if you got somebody in-house that you kind of push up there as well.
Like somebody
Yeah,
because that's really kind of what WWE, obviously, both organizations went from WWF and then it transitioned to WWE or WCW. Everybody, you kind of ride the stars, you know what I mean? Obviously, you got to have other talent that's still developing, that's still building, that people is entertained by. But, you got to have them headliners that's really going to draw not just the casual, not just the hardcore fans that really rock with wrestling, but the casual fans that might watch once a month, once every other week. You know what I'm saying? But when they know that this dude is going to be on, it's appointment TV, And I think they need that. And even then, that's probably not going to knock off WWE because, WWE's still around. It's not like they've fallen off. They just got some more comp now.
Yeah.
But
because I think that the comp that was already there, they really weren't real competition. Wasn't nobody checking for Ring of Honor like that. So what I've seen of Ring of Honor, they're cool. I don't even know what channel Impact comes on. I used to know, but and then they don't have the merch out there like WWE. Like WWE has, you go on a website, or you can go on you can go to Target and Walmart and get the toys, stuff like that. You know what I mean? And they got movies and it's a whole thing. They're a legit brand. They're already a big brand.
Yes. It's a brand name.
They were like last night.
That. It's a brand name. I vouch for that. I stand by that.
like last night, they were advertising how they had they're selling some John Cena NFTs. And I'm like, wow, they're in that game now. Okay. Interesting. Get some pieces that John Cena autographed and all that. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. So yeah, I mean, and what WWE has is cool, but sometimes it's not enough. Like sometimes you want something that's different, and because sometimes that different joint can be more fun and exciting to watch. Like, okay, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm, this has what WWE lacks, and this is making up for that. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. So I'm excited to see CM Punk. You know what I mean? On AEW and see what he brings. I would love to see him and Kenny go at it for the belt in the future or whoever. So,
it's funny because like just within the last week, I think I was looking at that John Cena prank phone call joint, but I seen an animated version and I'd never seen that, so I clicked on that joint and I was just like, oh man, this is classic.
Yeah, I seen that too. Yeah.
The lady was going crazy, man. Do you support the troops? Oh, yeah. Well, one of our decorated Marines is gonna need your support this Sunday. And his name is John Cena. Oh man. That was great. That was great. Is Champ there? Yeah, Champ. All right. Moving on.
Shout out to Esoteric who ghost wrote for John Cena.
I never knew that.
Esoteric, part of 7 Island Esoteric, also part of Starface, we expected that.
Wait. So he ghost wrote for as a rapper, or did he ghost write for?
John Cena put out an album, right?
Wow.
Years ago.
Yeah.
When he was still Thugonomics, John Cena, Word Life.
Oh my God.
Like that joint. And Esoteric, some joints for him. So yeah.
All right, man.
He did.
Word Life Thugonomics. Lord have mercy.
What year was that?
That was early 2000s.
Yeah.
That was like 02, 03.
Yeah, I remember. Then somebody from college had it. I want to say Jerry so bad, but I didn't want this one.
Nah, shout out to Mr. Proper. No, he didn't. He had the other bullshit. He had Smiles and South Star. That's what he had.
Stop. No. Did he really?
Yeah.
He did. Yeah. He really did. He wanted it for his birthday, if I'm not mistaken. Something like that. Yeah. Who want this? Who want this? Who want this? Really, really want it? Too late, heartbreak. Tell me what you think is going on. I don't know why.
As you look back at the early 2000s hip hop,
it's a lot of gimmicky niggas.
Yeah, it is. It's some stuff. It's some stuff that when you see Sirius XM playing stuff that like, yeah, you remember this back in the day? Yeah, I do, but please don't play it.
Yeah, right, for real.
Yeah, please don't play that again. Please don't play it now.
Yes, that's like the equivalent of like the Dalmatians on Brown Sugar.
Yeah.
Like
the girl is mine.
The hoe is mine.
All right, y'all. So moving on, we have. Wait. Actually, we just jumped right into wrestling.
Yeah, I said I was going to do that.
I don't even know where to go next.
Pick a topic, any topic, and we'll go from there.
All right, well, let's go with this. Let's go with this. Talking about
close your eyes and pick and point to the one that you.
let's jump to something I actually want to talk about. AEW trying to knock off the top dog in the wrestling game, WWE. So let's go with the top dog in the hip hop game, or at least top dog entertainment. and
like what
their
you did.
lead
I know.
artist.
I like what you did
Yeah,
there.
I like
You
that.
like
That was
that?
good,
You
I
Tommy.
like
like that was good.
That was
Yeah.
good. That was good,
Yeah,
Tommy.
good form. Yeah.
Yes.
I have
That was
moments.
dope.
I have moments sometimes. You know what I mean? Kendrick.
Did you even stretch before you made that shot? That was
You know
just
what I mean?
Nah, he
Sometimes I'm
just went
just
and did it.
warm.
Hot damn.
Sometimes I
like
don't
what
even gotta
D'Angelo
warm up.
Russell said when Blake Griffin. He ain't stretched though. Oh.
Hit him with that old Shaq commercial. Ball. That's all he was like. He was
didn't
ready.
stretch though.
Kung Fu Kenny, aka Kendrick Lamar, Pulitzer Prize winning artist.
Pulitzer Prize.
Kendrick Lamar has announced that his next album will be his final album with TDE. Speculation is that there's been some kind of growing pains and some rumblings in the camp, but nobody really knows if that has anything to do with this announcement. Personally, I don't know anything about all of that. I think it could just be, I had a contract for this many albums, this many projects. Maybe this one fulfills his contractual obligation, and then we'll see what happens from there. I don't know what y'all think.
Bring on.
Well, I know it could be that, but also too, I know that Dave Free, he was the president of TEE. He grew up with Kendrick, so I know they got their they now got their own like I want to say label, but also to their creative agency they're doing called PG Yang, I think it was called. And they made an announcement about that like early sometime last year that what's him called, Kendrick cousin Baby King, he's like one of the first artists on the label. So it's crazy. I'm kind of surprised in a way because Kendrick. I mean, Top Dog been around for a while. I mean, there was an indie, but when Kendrick got signed with Dre, and then that at that time Kendrick already had Section 80. That was really his first album, and then when he went to the majors with Aftermath and then Good Kid, Mad City, and he became the first one in Top Dog Entertainment to go platinum. So yeah, but like I said, I know him and Dave Free. They had their own little venture they have with PG Lane. So yeah, it's gonna be it's interesting. It's like I don't know. It's
So
kind
you
of
think there's some internal turmoil going on that's
maybe
triggering this?
maybe not. I don't know. Maybe it was just he's been with the label for like 15, 17 years. So it's like it's time to venture on to something else. Yeah, he helped them, go to the masses, but now, maybe he wants to do his own thing. Who knows? We don't know what happens, what's going on inside. So it's like, yeah. I thought everything was all good. I mean, it looks like everything's all good. I mean, actually, Kendrick, he's a private dude anyway, because he barely, owns social media and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
And also, too, they're not the type of label they want to, even though, like, the only this core, I would say that that happened was during the time with SZA, like her album, that she had an album out and she was saying that Punch, you gotta talk to Punch about that. Punch is yeah, she was voicing her opinion on social media and things like that a couple of times, talking about how this is like also too when her first album came out, Control, and how displeased she was and all that stuff and how impatient she was. So we don't know. So we don't know. like what really goes on over there. But
well, we don't know, but that's what we asking. What do you think?
all right, man.
What do you think, brother?
I don't know, man. Shoot. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, when the news came about, that was like sort of a shocker, but also too, I knew that I heard that him and Dave had their own thing, and he got his cousin as the one of the first artists on their little label they had. So no surprise.
So Kendrick got his own label.
Yeah, I was telling him when you stepped out, Dave Free, who used to be the president, pretty much him and Kendrick, they formed their own, like, it's like a label, but also too like a creative, I guess, an agency called PG Lang.
Didn't they announce that like last year or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, that joint. Okay. Yeah.
And he got like his cousin, Baby King. That's like his
that's his cousin.
Yeah, it's his cousin. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, he's like the first artist on that label. So I don't know. Beautiful. Tommy was saying like, yeah, is it you think it's some internal conflict in the label? I said we don't know, but like, yeah, but it could be that, or
it's a possibility. Because I know SZA has.
Yeah, I mentioned that too. I just mentioned that when you.
I know. I think Isaiah Rashad has some issues. I know Reasons was saying something along the lines of. I forgot what Reason was saying, but I know Reason had spoke about something. I honestly think that could be a possibility with Kendrick, and it could just be a thing of like, and it could be a contractual thing as well, and it could just be a thing of like, yo, I had my time, did my time, have fun. Now my mind is on other things. Want to focus, like he's maturing as a person and as an artist. And sometimes, man, it's like you're thankful for the one organization or the one joint, their family, but gotta do your own thing sometimes. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's nothing that's necessarily like super negative as making him leave. It's just a thing of like, yo, I'm growing, I've learned so much from being in this industry, and now I want to take what I've learned and go on my own, do my own thing for real. So, I mean, I'm just glad that he's working on something. You know what I mean? I said top of the year, like, yo, this got to be the year he drops something. You know what I mean? And I got a feeling that it won't be disappointing. I think he's still going to come up with some quality music, and I'm curious to see what his new journey is going to be like, and what music is going to come out of it. What artist is going to come out of it, things of that nature. So, looking forward to it, man. Hands down. I know Schoolboy Q. I think he was online live playing some stuff, some unreleased stuff, and he got to talking about some things. I gotta catch that video, actually watch the whole thing, because I want to hear some of that stuff. Because and he's one of those dudes that's he's competitive and he's trying to come for that top spot. So I'm curious to see what his upcoming music is going to sound like as well. I'm just looking forward to just TDE period coming out with just good quality stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? Not knocking, not saying that nobody else dropped some quality stuff. Some dope stuff has come out this year. But man, TDE, they got a dope resume of amazing albums, amazing projects. So
well, I mean, let's say there is turmoil. Do you think that TDE as a label is going to be able to continue to maintain that spot in terms of how folks will view them, or will they go the way of so many other labels in the past that kind of had their run, and then, you know, little by little, you know, they kind of just fade, and, you know, the artists that they started with and whatnot will still always have that tie, you know what I mean? Like, you know, from the time that you know, they got in and the successes they had, but, you know, just move on to other things or bigger and better things, perhaps, you know.
I mean, we've seen it so many
Seen
times.
it time and time again, right?
And also too, but it's like different now with this the industry, the music industry now. It's not ain't like how it was back in the day.
Very true.
So it's like, I don't know. It's really hard to say, because like back in the day.
Right now, you think about it label wise, who were the labels that people like actually like look at as, you know, top folks? You know, you got TDE,
Dreamville, QC,
you got QC,
300.
I would throw Griselda on there.
You got Griselda, yes indeed.
That's it. I can.
And that's crazy actually that Def Jam is only really the only one that's like one of them, like they've been around.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Everybody else is just, you know, within the last, let's say 10 maybe 15 years.
Well, Master Pill's doing that thing independently too, and you know.
But that was back in the day, though. You see how they dissolved. You know,
Master Pill.
Master Pill. You said?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Master Pill. Yeah.
Yeah, Master Pill. I mean, they doing other stuff though. They like, you know, not just music.
Yeah, I don't hear a lot about their artists. I don't see their artists putting out music like.
Yeah, didn't Nas release his latest joint off?
Yeah, because he runs the label.
Yeah, he runs the label. Yeah,
he runs.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, he's been running that.
Yeah, so had he not released his joint, I probably wouldn't have heard nothing Mass Appeal music wise, as far as it pertains to different artists or whatever. You know, that kind of brought them back into my conscience as like a music label, a recording artist label. Yeah. So
they haven't done a lot of their stuff in a while. Like they haven't done the rhythm roulettes and some other video content stuff that they've done. So I don't know what they're doing there. But to answer your question, it's a thing where it's like it all depends on the people that's there and the talent that's there and how the talent is being treated.
Mm-hmm.
If the talent's not being treated right, they're going to find a way. They're going to, or at least try to find a way to get out of their contract and go somewhere else.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And it's also a thing of like, and that's key because it's like it all depends on the artist in the sense of like, and how prepared you are for certain people to leave your label.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like okay, Kendrick's about to leave. What if Q and Ab-Soul decides to roll out and kind of start their own labels and kind of do their own thing? Like you need to, as Scissors saying something, she said, you need to find newer, fresher talent.
Mm-hmm.
Because the guys them guys been there for a little over a decade.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Who's to say that pretty soon others won't follow after Kendrick? So yeah, certain people gonna wanna, you know, do their own thing. It's like, okay, if they roll out, you're gonna need to bring up fresher talent, possibly bring in a newer sound, things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? To keep that
you got
the legacy of the label.
You got to. And the cycle is that much quicker now. Like in the past, you probably had, you know, a year, maybe longer, before you really had to worry about like not trying to recycle, but trying to like revamp and do something fresher. You know what I mean? Something newer, create a new sound. Now, you know, you drop a joint out, You go on tour, if you can go on tour, thanks to COVID, that's still out here. But you drive a joint, you go on tour, you start doing festivals or whatever, but maybe in another 3-4 months, you still might want to be putting out like, oh, I'm gonna just release this track just because you got the streaming audience and you can just kind of go straight to the people now. You don't need to have the whole rollout and have the label press up a bunch of albums and all that kind of stuff, a bunch of CDs, tapes, whatever. You don't need that anymore. So yeah. Thanks to technology and thanks to, obviously people wanting to do their own thing musically and the competition out there from, and, you still got some major houses that are doing their thing, unless you just got like one of them, like every 10 years, somebody comes out with a project that's like that's everywhere, that everybody is rocking with, that time frame that you have to kind of let it breathe and let it rock and do what it's going to do is just super short now, because there's so many other things that people can take people's attention away, and they don't have to make an effort to get to it. It's just coming straight to your phone. So she right about that. She right about that.
All right.
And that's just that on that.
Okay. Real quick, because we didn't pod last week, so too busy celebrating birthdays out here. You know what I'm saying? Big ups to Breon. You know what I mean?
Niggas out here getting older now, like whoa.
So
shit, we all.
So we found this out last week. For Sonic the Hedgehog 2. So if you watch the first one, you already know Tails going to be in the building. Right? He's going to be in the sequel. But another character is in the sequel. And that character is Knuckles. The regular Knuckles. Not the Ugandan Knuckles. Do you know the way? Idris Elba. String a bell. Can't think of the name of the character that he played in that awesome Bloodsport. That was his name. There you go. Bloodsport. And other characters that he's played. He is the voice of Knuckles. Caught me off guard like a mug. One thing about that one.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I gotta say, we grew up on Sonic. Shout outs to those that had a Sega Genesis back in the day.
Sega.
You know what I'm saying? All those that press down C so he could, and he goes, all that. You know what I mean? You be running, speeding like a mug. Then that one villain pop up. All your coins. I saw a meme a few years ago that was like, when your baby mother went child support, you saw it.
Shout out to Jesus and Mero for bringing the Sonic rings back. Also, when they would do their joint on when they had their joint on Vice, they would do the Sonic rings on cats.
That's hilarious. I gotta look that up.
That was like the Mario of the Sega Genesis platform. Sonic was definitely the Mario, the flagship.
Yes.
The flagship game, Sonic 1, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic and Tails.
Sonic Pinball.
Sonic Pinball.
Mm-hmm.
Just had the cartoon. I heard the
Leo
movie
White was the voice
good.
for both of them.
Oh, really? Yo, look now, Jaleel White out here doing stuff, man. Laura, you fucked up.
Wow.
Jaleel out here voicing over cartoons, or voicing video games. He got his own weed now. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That purple Urkel.
You fucked up, Laura. You fucked up. Pepper too. Pepper, you fucked up. You could have been with Will. You fucked up.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Heard about it.
Yeah. But that's neither here nor there. So when is this joint supposed to come out? Or is
I didn't get a date. I'm
okay.
assuming next summer. I'm assuming.
Jim Carrey hopefully will be in the
he is.
as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because they are filming now. They've been filming for a minute, live action.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Word up.
So
Word life.
I want to go ahead and take the ball and go ahead and since we've been going back and forth with it. So so last week was also the second episode of this Disney Plus Marvel's What If, and this is what if TChalla became StarLord. So assuming from Sean he didn't see it, and then you didn't see it, Tommy. So I'm gonna go ahead and mention it.
How you know I ain't see it?
Did you see it?
No. No, I ain't see that shit. I heard like a little snippet where I heard Chadwick Boseman's voice, but I didn't actually see that episode, so I still have to check that episode. I got to watch the first. What is it? They up to? They released what? 3 of them now? 4 of them now?
No, it's just 2 right now.
Oh,
it's
2.
It's just 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I watched the first one, and I was like, okay, it was cool. I like how they're animating the things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I like the animated paradigm that they bring into it, so that's dope. But nah, I have not seen this one yet.
Yeah, so like, well, non-spoiler.
So go ahead, spoil that shit, man.
No,
go ahead. Fuck these niggas.
So
they had time. They had time.
Right. But no, like I will say episode 2 is definitely a great tribute to both Chadwick and also to the his influence, well, the impact in the portrayal of T'Challa, his portrayal of T'Challa. So it's like this one, like you said, the first one, the Captain Carter one, that was just like a redo of First Avenger, just flipped it around, and what if Peg, had Peg Carter? They had like similar, like they had somewhat a little original stuff, but more so it was just a redo of the First Avenger. And people said they wasn't too pressed, but this one, is episode 2 with StarLord, T'Challa StarLord, it's like very different. It's original. It's nothing. It has some callbacks from the first Guardians and also to a little bit of Black Panther. But besides that, the whole story and the whole, like, with the characters, their backstories and everything, it's like a complete flip and very original. And like I said, it's a nice tribute to both Chadwick and T'Challa, and it show you how much both Chadwick and T'Challa mean, what how influential they are. So yeah, it was definitely a good episode. But this ain't the last time we're gonna see Chadwick. We're gonna see him in 3 more episodes coming in. Then I was listening to what the creator of the show, the writer too, they was talking about how, like, their time with Chadwick when he did the voiceover work last year before he passed, and he was like how committed he was, how dedicated he was in trying to he did like multiple takes and things of that nature. And he was like one of the first actors in the MCU to sign on and lend their voice. Because not everybody is on the What If show is voicing, like Chris Evans and Rob Dunn Jr. Since they no longer, their contract is done, they're not voicing their characters on the show. So, but yeah, Chadwick was one of the first, and he was like, he really did like the new portrayal of TChalla as StarLord, and he was down, and he was like very committed on doing the multiple takes and things of that nature. So yeah, but yeah, it definitely was a great episode. So
I said with What If, I was going to watch the first 2 episodes, and then after that, just wait till the others load and then just binge them. But I was doing other stuff and I didn't get around to doing it. But I've heard nothing but great things so far, especially with this particular episode. And it's so crazy how I think I'm gonna get all the pops for this joint. But I've seen some dope merch of of that particular episode of StarLord. What if T'Challa was StarLord? So I'm excited, and I think after this, I think I'm really gonna get back into my reading, man, because I've been these past few joints that they've come out with really got me in a mood to really legit read comics and just get excited for them, man. You know what I mean? Good time to be a blurred.
I'm a motherfucking StarLord.
Actually, it's been a great week for like Black Panther fans, because last week, because you had the T'Challa as StarLord What If show episode, and then also to the video game War
the DLC,
that came out.
Looks amazing.
And also coming up is news. The next topic. We're gonna have RiRi Williams, aka Ironheart, making her MCU debut in Black Panther 2: Wakanda Forever. Shout out to Dominique Thorne, who is gonna play RiRi, and she was in Judas and Black Messiah. She actually stole the show, like she did a good job on that performance, the small role she had. But she was like, it's crazy that was her second film role. Her first one was If Beale Street Can Talk, and she was only there for like, it was another small role, but she was only there for like maybe 5 minutes at least. But she made a bigger impact on, got some more shine on Judas and Black Messiah. But yeah, they made an announcement saying that, she's gonna, of course, a couple months ago, she's gonna be RiRi Williams, aka Ironheart. So and she's gonna make her MCU debut on Black Panther 2, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So that does make sense, because in the comics, her and Shuri, they're real tight.
Yeah.
And also too, there was reports earlier last week about they filmed in MIT. RiRi, she's a student. She was a student at MIT in the comics.
Yeah.
So so makes sense.
Yep.
Actually, I thought she was gonna make an appearance. Well, I'm not surprised that she made an appearance here. I thought she was gonna make an appearance whenever Iron Wars come out, the War Machine 2.
That also makes sense too.
Yeah, that makes sense too. But also, I just heard that they're gonna have a black writer by the name, I forgot his name, but he wrote for Don Cheadle for Black Monday, I think House of Lies too. He's gonna be the head writer for Armor Wars. So another black creative taking charge of MCU. First, Malcolm Spellman. Oh yeah, and also too, well, we already knew this about Captain America 4, but they said that Anthony Mackie gotta sign the new deal.
Who is this?
Anthony Mackie. Papa Doc. Yeah, he's still gonna be Papa Doc.
I'll be forgetting that he was in that joint. Yeah.
Yo, he been in a lot of stuff, bro.
Yes. I always remember him as the star She Hate Me, the Spike Lee joint.
Yes.
Um,
People sleep on that movie, bro.
yeah.
They don't realize
Because that was like a limited
how, like,
release,
funny,
I think, in theaters.
yet educational, yet smart. That, like, very well written, and both topics that's being kind of talked about or mentioned are like two polar opposites. Well, man is trying to be a what you call a whistleblower,
Yeah,
but at the same time,
he's a hoe.
he's
hoeing.
Well, he's hoeing.
Yeah, he's hoeing. He's impregnating women
for a good cause, though.
Yeah.
Couldn't be mad at it.
He's an ally of the LGBT plus community in that joint, actually. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he was.
Aha.
Yeah.
Aha.
He was ahead of the curve, yo.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I forgot. Half the chicks was lesbian. Yeah,
he did. And that joint had like the sleeping in my bed real life experience in that joint.
yeah. Okay. But yeah, I'm not but actually I don't know what you think, like as far as with another thing I want to mention to you about the What If episode, and also too with with the next Black Panther sequel. So it's like I said, when I told you about how the creator was talking about how dedicated Chadwick was, how he wanted to keep the legacy of T'Challa alive, and want to make sure that he gets much work as T'Challa as possible to fans before he passed. And then it got me, I know we've seen all before that, that especially to E-Man movie reviews, he his petition about Marvel try to not recast T'Challa. But the question I want to ask too is I mean, if you saw the episode, it like I said, it was a great tribute to both Chadwick and T'Challa. So it made you wish, I mean, we don't, like I said, we still don't know what's how they doing it for the sequel. There's been reports and rumors and things of that nature that they're gonna kill him off and all that stuff. And I know we talked about this plenty of times in the episode, in other episodes about. To me personally, I still think multiverse is gonna play a big role coming up. What y'all think about as far as the legacy of trying to keep T'Challa? Should they not recast and try to continue on with the other characters, or you need to have T'Challa as the anchor, and someone got to play, some other actor got to play them?
Should we be more so concerned with the legacy of the Black Panther?
Yeah.
Or are we more so concerned with the legacy of the person T'Challa? I think because yes, T'Challa is the Black Panther, but at the same time, there were other people.
Yeah, I know there was other people.
The Black Panther. So are we talking the legacy of the Black Panther, the hero, or the legacy of the man known as T'Challa that he became the warrior king? That is the Black Panther.
I would say
it's kind of two different.
Yeah, I say both, but
the legacy.
I agree with you. I agree with you about there was other alternate versions of Black Panther, someone else that took the mantle. So yeah, that's why I said. That's why I feel like the multiverse is it's gonna play a role for the sequel, but we just don't know how. But yeah.
Right. Yeah. So as far as the legacy of Black Panther, I think it's fine because you got Shuri there, and as long as they show her being trained to be the hero to keep the legacy going, fine. As far as the legacy of T'Challa, that is more of a multiverse thing, because that's what the multiverse is, right? It's like Kang kind of broke it down.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you're going to if your next excuse me, if your films in the future, if the majority of them deal with the multiverse, and you have plans on bringing back certain characters, then I have no issues with someone playing. Because if you're going to do it for him, you kind of got to do it for everyone else. Because people still want to see a Captain America on screen or an Iron Man on screen. It may not be a RDJ or Chris Evans or whoever, but it'll be somebody that serves that purpose for what they did in that particular multiverse. Because if you get them for a multiverse and you kind of want to do films of him of that particular from that multiverse, it can be derived from like, let's just say the RDJ Iron Man films was based off of the Iron Man comics. This one, for this multiverse, if they do another Iron Man movie, it could be based off of the Invincible Iron Man story arc, an Invincible Iron Man story arc, you know, something like that. So at first, now that we're kind of thinking about it, talking about it, and I'm kind of thinking, it's like, at first I was like, oh man, can nobody else play Chadwick? That was, you know, but if you're dealing with the multiverse and it just so happens that you're going to be in certain areas where, oh, this character will likely show up and you kind of want them to be a part of it, then yeah, I have no issues. Like I said before, I'm going into DC. I watched The Flash, right? And they've dealt with the multiverse. They had an arc dealing with the Mirrorverse. And it was, they would see these people, they would know these people, they were their names or whatever, but what they did and what they were about was different from their Earth. And I think that's what this upcoming Flash movie is going to show too, since it has different Batmans and stuff like that. Even with the Spider-Man, you have in the Spider-Man movie, you got coming up, you got Andrew Garfield and Tobey Spider-Man in this. So yeah, I could kind of see them, and I think what it is with Marvel, a lot of this stuff is hush hush. They probably already kind of came up with an idea.
Yeah, they kind of, it's like well, it's like that on every Marvel production they do. Like, it's gonna be rumors, and then like sort of leak pictures of the set. Somewhat.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, for example, like especially too with the Wakanda Forever. You know, someone did leak that someone took the picture of the Throne Council, and then the Wakanda handwriting on the around it. It said "Rest in peace, T'Challa," and it was supposed to be a memorial. And also too, someone did leak the picture of they had a tank, underwater tank in the set, and then they said, "Yeah, it's Neymar." Yeah. So it's like, yeah, they really, but yeah, they definitely I would say yeah. So we got like Captain Marvel, and then Sam Wilson is Captain America, and like I said, we got Ironheart. But yeah, we'll see. And also too, like with this StarLord, like they T'Challa version, they didn't know that when Chadwick was sick, and Kevin Feige mentioned like they was trying to like make that a live action thing too, like or probably have some of the personality that he had on the What If episode for T'Challa for the part 2 of Black Panther. So yeah, but Tommy, what you think?
I think they got to do what they got to do, man. Nobody knew he was sick, and nobody was expecting for him to not be here. So I think it's, to me, it seems like they're doing a good job adapting and still trying to stay true to the comics and the characters and how they fit into the comics. But you know, I think they're trying to pay homage and keep that legacy alive. But you know, like, you know, the franchise will continue. You know what I mean? And just like if, let's say, you know, I don't think the legacy would die per se. But I do think that it's just sad that it, you know, his life was cut short, and ultimately his role in this franchise is going to be cut short. But they're still going to do their best to try to pay homage, and you know, I think they'll always cut, like, let's say the Black Panther franchise goes another 4 films. I feel like they're always going to probably find a way to, you know, try to weave that in for the fans, and just also as to pay homage to him and what the work that he's done, not just for the Black Panther franchise, but just in the MCU as a whole.
Right. Yeah. So like I said, we'll see. But you know, it's kind of hard because, like, you know, you got fans and they got like these rumor articles, and you know, like I said, they was talking about how, like, you know, well, Ryan Coogler, you know, more respect to the brother, because, like, you know, he got so much, you know, he has to take over. First, it was like, before, how can you make a better sequel than the first one that made over $1 billion and became, and then also too now,
well, it's like one of them good problems to have, though. You know what I mean? Like,
and then and then also too,
rather not be making a sequel that made $27 million.
Right.
You know, we talk about over $1 billion. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would rather have that kind of pressure than, ain't nobody really worried about what we doing, man.
Yeah.
We do whatever. Why are we putting all this thought into it?
Right.
You know?
And then now for the past, it's about to be almost a year since Chadwick passed, and then it's like, yeah, and then gotta think about, like, how you're gonna do the sequel, but you don't have your anchor, you don't have the leading the man. It's like, and then I was looking at an interview Winston Duke had with someone, and he was talking about how, like, everybody definitely feels the void, you know, when they work every day on the set doing the sequel, you know. So it's like, yeah, but they trying their best they can to do it for him, and, you know, pay on, like you said, pay homage. Keep what he wanted, you know, the legacy of this franchise alive. So, but yeah, but moving on, I'm gonna talk about, I don't know if y'all saw the trailer for the upcoming, the final trailer of Eternals. It came out last week as well. He's watching it right now. So, yeah. But actually, yeah, you got Shang-Chi that coming out September 3rd. Actually, Candyman is this Friday. Candyman ain't scared of, besides, much more scary than Candyman is in the Delta variant. So it's like, yeah. It's like, you know, you still I don't know what's up with these movie studios. Like, I understand you're trying to get that money with the theaters, but, like, not that many people going to the theaters, bro. So it's like,
you got that. What's the one movie with Maggie Q and Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah, The Prodigy.
I'm like, yo, this looks good, and they were like, only in theaters. I'm like, but it's Maggie Q. Like, no diss to her, but she not bringing in people into the theaters. She not.
Who was Maggie Q?
Exactly. Exactly.
Wow.
My point exactly. Don't nobody know her like that. Like, I know of her, because she did that one Mission Impossible movie, and she did, and she did
Live Free and Die Hard
too.
She did
she was in Live Free and Die. Yeah,
she did the show Nikita.
Live Free and Die Hard.
But she's not in she's not in the spotlight like that. Yeah, you know it because you're you. You watch all that shit. You know that shit.
Oh,
the casual fan.
She was in no, it wasn't the second one. She was in like the fourth one.
Yeah. The third one.
So it's one of those things where it's like she's one of those actors that, like, you know the face but not the name like that.
Yes.
But I'm familiar with her stuff. I thought it was a joint that was going to be like, oh, on Netflix or on Prime, because it looked like one of them joints. But I'm like, yo, even if there was no COVID and it was advertised right, it might do all right in the theaters.
Mm-hmm.
But it ain't going to be like surprise #1 in the box office.
Oh no, it will be a surprise if it's #1 in the box office.
I'm saying it would be. That's what I'm saying. It's not one of them joints that it would be that. You know what I mean?
Well, what's the premise of this film that they're in together?
I just saw the preview one time, bro, last night.
Yeah, they got Samuel Jackson and Michael Keaton.
They talking about it come out on Friday. I'm like, you sure you don't want to wait a couple more days or a couple more months?
Like, you know, who knows? Who knows how long that joint been done, completed, ready to be released, and then COVID happened.
I felt like it should have been one of them straight to DVD joints, like one of them joints where you like at a red box and you just see it. You're like, oh, word? Mm-hmm. When did this come out? Because Bruce Willis got a bunch of those.
Yeah, Bruce Willis, all of them. Bruce Willis, 50 Cent, like dang, Samuel Jackson, all of them. They all got.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this looked like one of those, like straight to DVD. You know what I mean?
So you saying the preview looked like one of them joints? Like
it does.
And who else? You said
Samuel Jackson and Michael Keaton.
Maggie Q and those two. So it's like
they got like 10 minutes of screen time total, and then Maggie Q is just.
No, I think they're in it.
Okay.
Like, Maggie Q is the main person, and I think Samuel Jackson is kind of like helping her out with that. But it's, I mean, when I saw it, it sparked my interest, and I was like, oh, I would definitely go see it. But I mean, if it's at Beltway, I'll pay the $5. But other than that, you know what I mean? I'm not pressed to see it.
So I don't know. They got like, you know, the whole controversy with Black Widow and the whole Disney Plus thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. To me, I really, like I said, not that many people going to the movies, and they was upset because, whatchamacallit did big numbers, A Quiet Place 2 and Fast and the Furious, Fast 9. But it was like, I don't know, like people, like I said, everybody not going to move. They got like movies coming out now, like, like I said, Shang-Chi and whatchamacallit, what's the other joint? There's like a couple, like it's coming out later this year, like the Ghostbusters and the Michael B. Jordan film that Denzel direct, a Journal for Jordan that come out Christmas. So it's like, I don't know, they were doing real good as far as, like I said, with HBO Max and Warner Brothers. Like I said, I know they, I heard somewhere that like they trying to, is it Universal or is going to strike a deal with Amazon, trying to make try to do the same thing, release it on theaters and then also have it on Amazon or something like 2 weeks later. So I forgot what studio was this, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I do want to check out Candyman though, because I do want to support everybody that's like been involved, from the director to Jordan Peele and then the cast. And also, too, I'm kind of interested. Even though Candyman, the first one was scary as hell, But also the way how they flipped it for this one is very interesting, dealing with the social issue and things of that nature. So that trailer, man. Yeah, trailer for Eternals.
Eternals, yeah.
You said Turtles.
No, Eternals.
That's like you said,
man.
Turtles.
No, it's not like you said Turtles.
I was like, what?
I wish there was a new Turtles movie. We do the reaction right here. I'd be so ready for it, man. I know you're working on a new Turtles movie.
Yeah.
Shit, the new Eternals, the final Eternals trailer.
Yes.
I just watched it. I wouldn't say it was fabulous. It was fantastic. I believe Angelina Jolie's.
He went from Quiet Storm voice. Earlier was Quiet Storm voice. Now we go from Quiet Storm to Trump. What is that? Again, black people on the screen. Come on.
Okay. Relax.
Yeah, I hate it. Yeah, he was an a-hole when he
I love you, my African American friend.
He told that female reporter, he just like went up to her and like that. He did the next. I'm like, you mother.
Word?
Yeah, what's his name? Yamish. Yamish.
Oh yeah.
That nigga
Yamish
said,
yeah.
The nigga Trump said, "Don't speak. I know what you're thinking."
Wow. I used to like that song. I know anymore.
Yeah, you just totally ruined it for him.
I ruined it. I'm sorry.
So every time it comes on, I'm gonna say "F you, Sean" in text. If you with me, I'm gonna text you and then look at you like, "Fuck you, son! How dare you?"
You and me always be together. I forgot the rest of the lyrics.
Yeah, please don't worry about it.
Don't tell me because it hurts, okay? Especially if you're going to China. Don't tell me going to China. I can't stand China. I only like Chun-Li when I play Street Fighter. Don't speak.
These Eternal trailer, man. What is the deal? What y'all like? You're for real. So it definitely asked, because I remember the teaser came out and people were like, yeah, where was they when Endgame? But now they
now they had to address that. Like, this is where we was.
Yeah.
We was told not to intervene.
Yeah.
I like the fact that and this is going to sound whack, but the actors that they have involved in it are known and seasoned versus like a bunch of like just young kids that I've never heard of. So that's going to probably make me a little more excited to check it out. Plus, it does tie into the overall storyline and story arc of what's been going on in the MCU with Endgame and the final snap. So
that's been a key to their formula the whole time.
For sure. Sticking to the script. DC, y'all paying attention?
Yeah. Shout out to Chloe Zhao, who's the director. She won the Oscar. She became the first Asian woman director for No Man's Land this year. And the way how that was shot, that was looked great. And also too, from what we saw in the previews, it looked great too, but the internal, the cinematography. So and she came up with the concept with Kevin Feige and told her that, she had the idea that she wanted a diverse, cast, a diverse group of, family playing the Eternals. And you got some history making ones too. Like have the first, not really, they're gonna be the first gay. Because Loki, he came out as bi. So he, and then also too, you're gonna have
I don't even understand why these characters' sexuality makes a difference at all, man.
they're trying to include all audiences.
Yeah,
to
audience.
watch the joint, you know what I'm saying? So that's why.
I mean,
Like,
I get it, representation and all of that, but like I feel like it should only be I feel like it should only be mentioned if it's germane to the storyline. Like Cyclops and Jean Grey, you know, for instance, you know, not just, hey, I just need to throw this out there just because, and then we move on and there's nothing pertinent to the rest of the story, you know? I don't care. Like, I don't care if you're gay, straight, bi, pan, demi, whatever, you know? Like this is entertainment, and sexuality in these storylines is not typically like a big driver of the story or the plot. So to me, it's just like unnecessarily forcing stuff in people's face that, you know, I don't know. Oh.
Yeah.
Dang, I had like the first deaf, you know, someone she's a deaf actress, and she's going to be in that as well. So yeah.
I'm gonna try to watch the trailer again, and then watch the video. Somebody did a breakdown of the trailer. I'm super unfamiliar with these particular characters. Never heard of them till they did the announcement at Comic-Con. What was that, 2019 or whatever? And but looks good. It seems like it makes sense to watch because it's part of what's going on, and I think we're in phase 4 still. So and maybe if I could find their comics or something like that, I could be more familiar with their stuff. But like Tommy said, they got some very interesting, very talented actors and actresses in that joint. You know, you got, you know, Salma Hayek, Angelina Jolie. You know what they do when what time it is when they on screen. You know what I'm saying? You know, very, very focused actors, very attractive women. You know what I'm saying? But they get the job done when they show up on screen. You know what I mean? Brian Tyree Henry, Paperboy. You know what I'm saying? I've only viewed him as that, but when I realized he did the voice of Miles' dad on Spider-Verse, and he was in another movie. Forgot the name of it. Saw a couple years ago. You know what I mean? Like, it was like, all right, bet. And Camille Nanjiani, you get to see him in a different light as an actor. He really got his shape for the role and everything. Yeah, I'm gonna be in the building in November. I'm not paying no $30.
No, I think it's strictly it ain't gonna be on Disney Plus. Yeah,
I'll check it out in theaters.
I don't know. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. If you down to see Shang-Chi, I probably will.
I've been down to see Shang-Chi.
Yeah, I mean, I'll check it out.
What's the earliest showing that movie theaters like typically will show films? Like 10:30, 11 o'clock?
Yeah, like 10:30, 11 o'clock.
Yeah, I mean, if you down to hit like the 10:30, 11 o'clock on like a Tuesday.
Yeah.
I work, so
we'll tell you how it was. Nah.
I probably, by the time y'all see it on a Tuesday, I probably didn't already saw it.
You probably would have seen it, right? Yeah.
You probably already saw it twice. Like, yeah, I saw it with my group, and I saw it with Trey. Okay. Yeah. Bam. Okay.
I saw it with the squeegee niggas.
No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying in general. Sometimes you're like, yeah, I saw it with the group, my youth group peoples, and then I was like, yeah, then I saw it with, Trey and them. I'm like, okay.
Youth group, and me and Trey went, and
Yeah,
my mom's wanted to check it out.
Then you roll with me, and like, yeah, I'm thinking like this your first time. Like, no,
Then
man,
me and B
it's
seen
third.
it,
Like, oh,
and
man.
the Squeegee Boys on the corner was like,
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? I say, yo, hop in, man. I'm on the way. I'll treat y'all.
Really?
I went to hop.
Yeah, for real.
You know what I mean? Like,
Sean is so generous.
Wow. So I was like Chris Tucker on Diary when he picked up those two boys.
Yo.
On Diary. That joke was hilarious.
I was, but I will say though, that's because that time with Endgame and B, I don't know, you might have seen it already too by the time I seen it that one time with all of y'all. But like that shit was like going to like a Ravens game or something, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just the, you know what I'm saying? Like the excitement, the enthusiasm, the emotion that folks were saying, you know what I mean? It was like back and forth, like, oh.
Yeah, no, it was ill. Yeah, let me tell you. I'll say for the first two times I saw Endgame, the first two times I saw Black Panther, and the very first time I saw Avengers, because the first Avengers film was the first movie I saw at midnight on Friday. And it was in IMAX, because it was me being Craig. Shout out to Craig. That day, yo, it was so many people that was there. This was back when you had to line up in front of the theater and other people are leaving out. So we in there, we got our seats. There was a group of girls, or it might have been just been a group of guys and girls. They all know each other. They was dressed up as all the members of the Avengers. I think when I was leaving out one time, it was a dude dressed up like Cat, like old school Cat. I'm like, yo, it's crazy. It's no different from when you go to a premiere for a Star Wars movie. You see mad people with their lightsabers, people dressed up like Jedis, all that. You know what I mean? So, so it's just it's sometimes like that. Those experiences and seeing those things are, makes going to the movies fun. And you get that involved in it. So yeah, I ain't gonna trip. Yeah. With Shang-Chi, I plan on seeing it like once for real. I want to see it in IMAX, to be honest with you. But yeah, I did do that. I went different times, and I didn't mind it. You know what I'm saying? I had a good time each time, and each time where I saw the movie multiple times, I saw something different that I may have missed. You know what I mean? So I didn't. You know what I mean?
All them little tidbits, little Easter eggs, as they say. And I appreciate that. I appreciate those things. Whether it's movies or music. You know what I mean? Like when you can go back and it's not like you just watching the same exact shit over and over again. It's like a different wrinkle. It's like a different element that kind of enhances it for you each time.
Heck yeah, man. Heck, especially with something you ain't seen in a good while and you go back and revisit it, you're like, oh man. You see it with a different eye, you watch it with a different.
Or even when you watch it and you see somebody else, when they catch it, you be like, oh, check this. You be like, hold on. Oh, see? Yeah. Yeah, no doubt. So Breon, where we at, man?
So I mean, we went Marvel. It was only right we gotta go DC. We got a couple of DC things to talk about. Go ahead, B. Tell them about
True.
Tell them about, you know what I mean? Last week, 2 weeks ago, a comic came out, Batman 89, based off of the 1989 Michael Keaton Batman film. Looks amazing. I definitely plan on grabbing that for the collection.
Yeah.
And I believe B got some more things to talk about it. B, Sonya.
So the Batman '89. So it came out last week. So pretty much, it's I forgot to write his name. He decided to do. It's inspired by, of course, the first Batman starring Michael Keaton. So they want to continue on doing more stories around the Michael Keaton Batman Bruce Wayne era, the Tim Burton era. So I know a little bit of the story, but also so I know like they're gonna have like we talked about this before, like some of the characters that was from the Tim Burton Michael Keaton film, especially like Billy D. Williams, Harvey Dent. He is Two-Face in the comics for this series. Then
one of my friends was looking at it, was like, yo, why Two-Face look mad black? Why does he look that black? Like, but okay.
Trying to say black people was two-faced?
This. Oh man. Anyway, so
you with the Charlie's Angels look right there, real quick. Hold on, go back when it was just showing from like just under your nose down.
No,
can't see that. Can't see the identity. You know what I mean?
Good morning, Angels. So, but yeah. Then we also had like they got the Jack Nicholson Joker, but also too, one of his henchmen is Prince Party Man, and then like also too in this issue, you want to see it in the first issue. There's a new Robin, and there's no Dick Grayson, no Tim Drake. It is a black Robin, and it's inspired by. I'm gonna break it down. So when Tim Burton was signed on to do the Batman films, he did the first two, Batman and Batman Returns. He's supposed to do Batman Forever, and during that time when he was filming Batman Returns, he was going to have a Robin in the second one, but it didn't, I think, work out as far as putting it in the story. So he said, "I'm put it in the third one," and he already had someone in mind, and it was Marlon Wayans. And this is during the time when Marlon Wayans he wasn't even like, he just thought he came out around. He became into the movie, got his acting career around that time in '92, because that's when Mo Money came out. That was his first film. His first like starring film.
Starring, right? He was an extra in.
And I'm gonna get you sucker. Yeah. But like his first starring role was Seymour and Mo Money. That came out in '92, and also around that same summer that was Batman Returns. So around that time, Tim Burton had him in mind to play Robin. He wanted to have a black Robin, and that was crazy too. So he had a black Harvey Dent, he wanted a black Robin. So long story short, yeah. So when the third one, he was supposed to Robin, Marlon Wayne's character version of Robin supposed to came out in the second one, but the story didn't know where to fit the story, so he decided to put in a third one. And around that time, that's when Michael Keaton and Tim Burton dropped out, and then Joe Schumacher came in, and then he just changed it all around, and then you see Chris O'Donnell playing Robin. So on the issue in the comics, you see a new Robin, and it's inspired by the Marlon Wayans character. I forgot the name, but yeah, that's a black Robin. And this one is no sidekick. He his own like vigilante and things that nature. He just the first one he fights with Batman once for the first encounter. Mm-hmm. So
do either one of y'all had a comic or have seen it anywhere?
I plan on getting it for sure pretty soon. Next time I can get to a comic book store. But that's a cool little tidbit to know. That Robin kind of sounds like a mixture of Robin and Red Hood, even though the Red Hood was technically a Robin before he became Red Hood. But yeah, that sounds pretty cool because that was something that I never knew.
Yeah, because I remember.
Well, I think when it happened, I think you said something to me when we were like younger. You know what I mean? Like what was going on, maybe. Because I felt like when you was talking about it, I felt like I've heard it before. You know what I mean? And I think you probably said something back then. But nah, that's cool. And I hope that in the near future that Robin can be acknowledged and has his own comic series.
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Shout out to Jurnee Smollett and Lovecraft Country underground showrunner Misha Green. They're gonna work together again. This time it's gonna be a Black Canary film for HBO Max. And is if y'all familiar, Jurnee Smollett, she played Black Canary in Birds of Prey. But she did a good job in it. It just sucks that like she wasn't like well used. She only like as far as the power of what Black Canary can do. It only happened until like later on towards the end.
Yeah, I didn't realize she was running underground too.
Yeah, she done. Yeah, Misha Green.
That's
yeah.
what's up. And I didn't know Jurnee Smollett was in that. I knew.
Yeah.
Aldous Hodge was okay. But it's only 2 seasons.
What?
Underground.
I think so.
It was 2 seasons. Yeah, it was 2 seasons. Yeah, it was only 2 seasons. I didn't see it. I still haven't seen it. I heard it was really good though.
Yeah, same.
I think I don't know if it's gonna have a season 3, but anyway.
No, they were trying to petition. It got canceled after the second season. I remember like fans was like petitioning like crazy on trying to bring it back or have another network have it. So yeah.
I didn't know that. That's so. But I'm glad to see that there's going to be a Black Canary film. It was going to be exclusive to HBO Max, or will it be?
Yeah, because they all like DC. They doing all the between the Batgirl and Static Shock and what's another? The Michael B. Jordan, Val Zard, HBO.
It's like all the Black shit going to be on HBO Max.
Something like that. But yeah, DC got their own thing. Yeah.
For Michael B. Jordan, it is Val Zard.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought because remember we was about to say we did one article or we were talking about it and somebody said something about a Black Clark Kent and you was like, I don't want to see if it was a black. I was like, I don't.
No, they're doing two different ones. So like the Ta-Nehisi Coates one is definitely going to be a Black Clark Kent.
Oh, okay.
It's not going to be no Val Zard, but no. And Michael B. Jordan wasn't involved in that, but no, he's doing his own thing where he's going to have strictly Val Zard as the focus.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, Ta-Nehisi Coates, I support you, brother, but I don't know about this Black Clark Kent.
I watched that before I watched the Karen movie on BET. So
facts.
True.
I'm with you. All right. Good point.
Thank you.
Like Black Clark Kent, but you know that you want to see that Karen? Now let's watch that. Let's watch that Black Clark Kent.
Dang, I forgot all about that Karen movie.
Yeah, for real. Me too. I did like for a brief second until you're like, oh yeah. No, I saw a poster. I saw the poster and it looked so like Photoshop.
Is it really going to be in theaters or is it legit going to be on BET?
I'm mad at them, but yeah, BET.
Yeah.
Did they give a date?
No, and I don't care. Bro, they can drop it on Christmas.
What
Like,
if
for real?
Fox watch at the BET comes out with that joint? Fox News is going to come out with Black Karen.
Okay. Jeez.
Well, they're going. That's going to be a foray into feature films. A Fox News special report. Black Karens. It's not just.
I can see them. I can see them being like, or what if they said what we think of Karen? They say the opposite. They're like, this Karen film is a masterpiece.
They're true Americans.
No, they
don't understand why they're trying to villainize this woman.
No, they're gonna boycott the hell out of it, like for real.
Why would they do that? She's a hardworking lady, and she has to deal with these neighbors.
She cares about
She has to deal with these neighbors.
Nigger neighbors.
Skip neighbors. Neighbors.
Yeah, she cares about America.
And she's just trying to protect our freedoms.
We salute Karen. Anyone that look like a Karen.
We love her forever.
Karen lives matter. Like, really, does it?
KLM.
Moving on, man. I just want to say rest in peace.
Yeah.
Rest in peace to Sonny Chiba.
Sonny Chiba.
Rest in peace.
Sonny Chiba, the original Go-Go 13.
The original Street Fighter.
The one that made the sword.
Yeah.
For old girl in Kill Bill.
For the bride, for Beatrice Kiddo.
Tori Hanzo.
Yeah, Tony Hanzo.
Just a legend.
Yeah.
A legend. You know what I'm saying? I actually had a few years ago, I bought like a Sonny Chiba collection of like his top films, man. I can't find it, but no, I probably got it somewhere, but man, that joint was dope.
Chiba, y'all. I know I do for y'all.
You know? Got a place at Camp Low.
Yeah.
Camp Low named Sonny Chiba. You know what I'm saying? Man. What did he pass away from?
COVID.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah.
How old was he?
I just like 82.
Yeah, 82. Yeah. That sounds right. Yo, prayers for Jesse Jackson and his wife. They're in the hospital. They got COVID. Even though they both both was vaccinated early this year.
Damn.
So yeah.
Sucks, man. Gotta be careful.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, this is hard, man. It's like, especially like, yeah, you're trying to stay safe, and then you're trying to live your life, and also, you know, even though they're trying to they still got everything opened up, and I have a feeling, we're gonna be shut down again before Thanksgiving. I say October.
What was it? I heard something that Dr. Fauci say this? Somebody said where we can't afford to be locked down again or to have quarantine. But they said that it's going to get worse. It's unfortunate, man. It's basically, just what you said earlier. At the same time, it's like, but you got to be smart about things. It's like, I kind of do. It is a thing of like, yeah, going to the movies. I'm getting, going to a couple concerts before the year's over with and all that. And I was looking at some of them festivals for next year. But when I heard Lollapalooza, people got 200 new cases from Lollapalooza. It's like, damn. It's like, do I really want to go to a festival next year? You know what I mean? Like, do I You know, I don't mind a concert because a concert, maybe I can stand somewhere in the back and hopefully ain't nobody nowhere, you know, near me or whatever. If they got like a screen, I can watch the screen, but it's like, man, it just kind of sucks, you know.
Yeah.
But hopefully we get through it, man, and they find something to combat this variant, even though they said this is stronger than the regular COVID or whatever. So, man, sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I figured going back to last year, like when it was probably about May and everything was still going up and people was dying, crazy. I was like, yo, 2022 is like the rest of this year, done. Next year, hopefully we'll start to get back, but you know, 2022 is what I was thinking. Now, I'm hoping that 2022 will, you know, be done with this, and life can kind of resume as we knew it. But now I don't even know about that, man. I don't even know about that. And they talking about people's going to have to be getting booster shots and what have you for you know, you're vaccinated. All that.
Yeah. I think like 8 months after you get it. Get the shot again. Yeah.
This is it's trying times. A lot of people is just falling into depression because, you know, you can't really live the way you want to live and still be safe. But everybody keep your heads up. Try to use the time constructively.
Yeah.
And
find some new hobbies or revisit some old ones. Read, man.
Yeah.
Reading is something awesome to do. Play some games, search word puzzles. If you and your family around, yo, let's have a game night. Get the board games out, you know, stuff like that. You know?
I kind of wanted to do it like an amusement park or something before the end of the summer.
Me too, man. I miss going to amusement.
But I don't even know. Like, actually, this is the move. You gotta wait till school start back up, and then you can go and do your thing. You know, there ain't gonna be that many kids and stuff out there to just be in line for hours. You know, that's the move right there too. As a parent, if you kid, like, that's how you get the inside scoop on shit. When you just be in line for like 2.5, 3 hours each ride, and it ain't nothing to do but just talk. You know, what's good? What's going on? Oh yeah, I like these J's. Yo, you like them J's? That's what's up. But what's up with these grades though? So how we feeling, man? What y'all want to do?
Well, it's 5:02. I gotta roll. I don't know if y'all want to continue. I think we got like maybe one other thing or two things. We got two other things. They could wait till next week. I know it's the NBA Christmas joint.
And there's Jeopardy joint. But I will say, like, shout out
Jeopardy. What's the third?
Aaliyah, 1 in a Million drop.
Well, that's real quick, man. Hell
yeah. Yeah, Aaliyah, 1 in a Million. My favorite album. My favorite Aaliyah album is now streaming.
I consider that the first Aaliyah album. I don't count AJ Nothing But a Number no more.
R. Kelly trial underway, by the way.
Big toe, big toe. Jamie Foxx show.
Hey, if he get off this time, man, somebody going to like run into this dude in the street and handle some business. You know what I mean? Like either that or he need to move out of the country. You know what I mean? Because like just get the hell out. Meme face.
All right. Wow. But This is episode 39. Any shout outs real quick, Sean, birthday shout outs.
Shout out to my sister Sabrina, who got a birthday coming up. Shout out to Andre, got a birthday coming up. Shout out one of my godsons, Cam Brandon, who last week said he loved the podcast. He watched all episodes, so much appreciated. You know, and salute to his family, the Jacobs family, and best of luck to all y'all in school. So shout out to Cam, shout out to Khalil, shout out to Kayla, Chloe, what up?
Yeah, prayers, just prayers in general, just not for the kids, but also everyone that we know, the teachers, the parents. Yeah, another stressful school year dealing with the pandemic.
No, parents was like, I can't wait to send them back to school.
I know, but still, it's like, but still, it's like, they want everybody to be in school. They ain't doing the virtual. Well, some of them are still doing the virtual. Yeah, everybody.
I think if you're absent, you still need to pull up that laptop.
True. True. It ain't no more snow days. It ain't no more sick days. I missed everything. Nope. You gonna get this work.
Get your ass right on that laptop. Get your sick ass on that laptop and learn, nigga.
You gonna get this work.
You know what I'm saying? In the words of Furious Style, you gonna learn. Oh yeah, you gonna learn.
If I was a teacher, I would definitely be sending the kids like the Low Deluxe gift, like, you gonna get this work. Real quick before we bounce, shout out to my brother Big Shot, been working for the last year, got his certification, been interviewing, and he got the first job offer in a new industry, making the transition, new career move, trying to get that bread up. So congrats to him, proud. And he's getting married next year, early next year. So, making moves, nice. Getting his grown man on. It's beautiful to watch. So congrats and shout out to him. Proud of you, bro. And yeah, man.
And I just want to say thank everybody for the birthday wishes last week. So appreciate it, and thank y'all too for helping out on making sure my weekend was cool. But I heard all the plotting y'all been doing, so it is cool.
Well, the plot didn't go the way I thought it might.
I know. Yeah, I heard so many plots that didn't go through, but it's like whatever.
But it's always next year.
God willing. So yeah.
If we all survive COVID, it's going down.
But yeah. Episode 39, y'all. Thanks for watching. Keep checking us out. Subscribe on Facebook and Instagram. Everything's blurred. Peace out, y'all.